Hey guys, we are in IWA 2017. My name is Eli from Project Gecko. I'm a former IDF Special Forces, and today I'm going to talk with you about the Striker XT. We're going to talk about it more from an experience point of view and not like the casual, marketing stuff. Let's just talk about it. Okay, we're going to talk first about maneuverability. It's one of the most important things when it comes down to equipment, because I don't want to buy something that's going to limit me at some point. I want to buy something that will work with my body, that will cooperate with my movements and will be flexible to my needs. Okay, let's talk about the stretch material. The majority of the stretch material design of the markets are weak and placed in the wrong places of the pants. However, in the Striker XT, it's the other way around. First of all, the stretch material is exactly in the pelvis area to allow you a maximum flexibility when it comes down to climbing or moving around. Because remember, mobility equals survivability. The durability of the stretch material is just insane. I've used my pants for over 2.5 years, and nothing got ripped, nothing is damaged, nothing is expanded or whatever. Everything is in its natural form, and this is pretty amazing. Okay, let's talk about the knee protection. Not so many people think about it, but the knee protection is one of the most important things when it comes down to equipment. Why? Because I want to always remain protected. What UF4 did was they concealed the protection of your knees inside the fabric. It means nothing is exposed. Why? One, because of durability. Second, because of noise. For example, the traditional knee pads are plastic, which means if I'm going down on kneeling position in a CQB settings or in a forest, always there will be a noise, always there will be like clack. So people will hear I'm there. So in the UF Pro configuration, the entire protection is behind the Cordura. Now, essentially, what we're gonna have inside the compartment of the protection is what we call a SASTAC, which looks like this. It's quite flexible. It moves with your legs, nothing is limiting. And then on top of it, and this pouch over here, we're gonna put an additional layer of protection. Why? Not to allow any object, such as branches or sharp rocks in the Alps, for example, to penetrate through or whatever. All in all, it's a great solution, not only for just protection on the kneecap, but also below the kneecap. For example, if you're running into a room and you're focused on your targets and there are stuff on the ground like, chairs and debris or pipes or stuff like this, it's going to really protect your shin bone. And it's just great, it's awesome. So when it comes down to equipment, some guys are getting totally emotionally attached to their brands or plate carriers or carbines. But for me, it's a little bit different. Every time when I buy a product, whether it's tactical, outdoor, or just civilian, I'm looking into the purpose behind it, the vision behind it, or the mindset. And UF4 is just about that. Everything in their design is purpose-driven. It means that literally every button, every stitch here has a meaning. First of all, one of the things that I really like is the extra belt loops that we have here. They allow me a flexibility when it comes down to securing or attaching or detaching stuff on the go. For example, if it would be my contacts, then I always used to secure there like carabines with chem lights, because it's really easy to access it, just to hook it around it and close. Another great thing with it is, and I experienced it once, that in the field, after like 2 weeks of just being in the field with heavy equipment, it can happen that 2 of the belt loops or 3 even getting snatched away. And it's always nice to have an extra in case that happens, to maintain a grip of your belt in your pants. In addition to that, another thing that I find really great, and that just shows you how much you're putting into design and development of the products to fit with reality context, is the following thing, and that is the boot hook. The boot hook allows me to maintain grip of the pants in relation to my boots, regardless of my position. In a tactical context, it basically means that I can lay down in a overwatch position in the forest with my sniper rifle for the next 24 hours, and my pants are not going to come up and expose my skin to bugs or anything like that. It might sound a little bit like a marketing trick, but trust me that after 24 hours, you're going to recognize how uncomfortable it is when your pants starts to go up and up, and all of these debris and stuff start to get into your shoes and you have bags everywhere. Another really cool thing, by the way, that I really like about these pants is the pockets. So the pockets are designed in a way that I can access it regardless to my body position. I can be sitting down in a helicopter, in a car, in a boat or whatever, and I can always access my pocket from here without moving my body too much. The guys who were flying in Black Hawks know we don't have so much space around us. In addition to that, the pockets are not too tight, but from the other hand, they're not too wide. So it's a very good balance for the user. And you can really see how much thought is brought into this design, how much mindset there is behind it. And that's for me why Striker XT is literally a force multiplier, because it's not just clothing, it's not just a piece of pants, but it's literally a equipment that connects into my body, to my performance, to my mission. Okay guys, so we talked about a purpose-driven product, a product that has to have some kind of a mindset behind it and not just a jacket or pants. So let's talk about the Stealth Smock by UF Pro. It is one of my favorite products out there, not because it's the same brand, but because it's just had a serious lack of bullshit. It's a jacket that just works. It just stands exactly for what it is. So just to put you guys in perspective, the original smocks definition in the military, in the German military, is that they must be capable of carrying up to 15 kilogram worth of equipment. Of course, in reality, we tend to push more stuff into it. With that being said, when I tried it once, the Bundeswehr typical smocks, I figured out that they were not so comfortable, and you know, it's all just falling down, and it's just technically not so comfortable. However, the UF Pro, they overcome this problem by thinking, by developing. And what they did was a very interesting solution I want to show you real quick. The smock has technically a belt around the waist and a padding on the top that allows the smock to maintain a certain level of balance. It means that instead of everything just flapping around, making noise, or just making that pain on my lower back, everything is just laying down and controlled on a bed around my waist, basically. In addition to that, what UF Pro did was they made everything way more adjustable. That means I can adjust the size of the belt. So for example, I want it to be above my hips because I don't want all this weight to go down. Then I can just close the belt. Doesn't matter of my size. In addition to that, they placed the pouches on mole, which gives me obviously a freedom of placing my pouch either here or there. And speaking of, you know, a thought or a purpose-driven products, another thing that's really cool is this little thing. Now it's a little thing, but those of you who've been in the field, especially during the winter, and they were wearing gloves, you're gonna appreciate it. You all know how shit it is to take a glove and try to reach that pocket or that button or whatever. But what UF Pro did was they used a shock cord as an attachment point for the button. That means the only thing I need to do is pull it out or to just lock it in. So that's it. That's the Striker XT pants, which today UF Pro presents their second generation, which is a way more improved model of the first one, and the Stealth Smock jacket. But there is another thing that I want to say, and that is really important. That is like some kind of a message, and regardless to everything I just said. When you buy equipment, when you buy a carbine, a plate carrier, shoes, whatever, just think whether it's going to give you mobility or not, because mobility equals survivability. And without mobility, you're just limited. It doesn't matter how light is your plate carrier, or how ton it is, or how much it's looking like an imbecile. If you can't move around with it, you're dead. Think about it. And as you can all see, the number one aspect about UF Pro is that all of their products are designed in a way that allows me to move, to be mobile, to be dynamic. Doesn't matter of my stance, my position right now, always accessible, always there for me.